Shalom, shalom. Before I begin this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and the glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha HaKodash. Double honors to the apostles, bishop, and elders, a great millstone that rule well, and peace and blessings be multiplied on all you brethren teaching this word in all sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the elect, 144,000, and the rest of the men, women, and children. The Lord will have mercy on in these last days. Shalom. It's the brother Damal Gabar here with another lesson, Lord willing to edify through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, as you can see from the title of this article, it says Hezbollah terrorists caught at border admitting plans to nuke NYC. And you see, and this is the type of individuals that you have coming into this country. Okay, now we do know that some of these, individuals are, coming on behalf of, certain groups and certain different countries, on behalf of getting revenge on their greatest foe and enemy, the West, America. Now, we know some of these guys are, sleeper cells. Some of these guys are, agents of these different alphabet groups. Some of these guys are set up to cause, intentional chaos. Some of these guys will be used to, do certain things so that, things can spiral out of control, to add more chaos, add more fear, more terror to the American people so that they could bow down and give away more of their rights to the government for more safety. But you have a lot of these individuals who are coming, on behalf of Hezbollah, coming on behalf of the Iranians, the Chinese, other so-called T groups that have a vendetta and that have that's coming here to get revenge on Babylon the Great. And you better believe they crossed that border with these, particular intentions to come to carry out these particular strikes, to get revenge, because you got a lot of these, so-called individuals who's crossed the border, who's ever since they were little have been, have seen their countries torn and destroyed and, their family members bombed and left under rubble, have had their whole countries destabilized, their, grandparents and fathers and uncles and cousins and family members have been, destroyed by the advancement and the, military industrial complex of the West for their hunger and their greed to gather more natural resources to destabilize a lot of these countries. So a lot of these individuals have been left with no choice but to join organizational groups to get revenge on their enemies, which is the West, the American military, America. And a lot of these individuals have crossed the border, and a lot of them are going to carry out particular plans to do certain things like these. And like I said, you got a whole lot of these individuals who crossed this border successfully. You got a lot of these guys, a lot of these guys been hiding out in third world countries and South America and Venezuela and different places like that, where they speak fluent Spanish, man, where they could literally pass for a so-called Venezuelan or Colombian or a Cuban or, that can, cross looking like one of the tribes and speak straight fluent Spanish, man. But they're really from that region, and they're part of some of these terror organizations that's coming here to commit strikes and to get revenge and to shed blood on, here on the soil of America, man. All right. And a lot of these guys are pissed, like this guy. You see, it says a Lebanese illegal alien caught crossing the southern border admitted he's a member of Hezbollah and wanted to nuke New York City. And like I said, some of these guys are brought and paid for agents. Some of these guys are going to be used to cause confusion. And like I said, to spread fear. Some of these guys are going to catch and they're going to make them, they're going to play the role as if they're trying to particularly do these things. But you got some of these guys who are not going to get caught. Some of these guys who, if they do get caught, that are under strict orders, they're not going to come out and just tell, if they're caught at the border, their true intentions and their plans of what they're going to do. They're going to keep it secret all the way until the death. But you got guys like these who could be set up agents, who could be, caught and told to do these things. And they'll use this picture just to, try to, calm down the fear. Like, see, we are catching some of these individuals. But just the fact that you have individuals crossing the border with this intention, there's millions upon millions of people that cross this border, and a lot of them have these type of intentions, and they're very strategic. They're very very, well ordered, and, they're here. And a lot of them are going to carry out particular things of this nature. And a lot of them are going to get off some of these BOMBs and, in the name of Allah and whatever other terrorist organization they represent, they're going to, be successful in some of their, some of their deeds, man. But this is just showing you the type of hell and the type of chaos that this and potential, danger that Babylon the Great is in, man. And it's all because of the pride and the arrogance and the wickedness of Esau, Edom, and this government, that these enemies of America are coming into this country to exact revenge. And it's only going to get worse and worse as this society falls further into chaos. All right. It says Basil et Badi. I don't know why they always give them three names. Whenever there's like a sleeper cell or like a MK Ultra guy, they always has three names. I noticed that. Like the guy that killed Kennedy, he had three names. I forget his name. They always have three names. And Basil, that's not even a real. He doesn't even sound like a real one of those Middle Eastern Iranian or Saudi Arabian, Middle Eastern type of names. It says 22 was apprehended by Border Patrol earlier this month in El Paso, Texas, where he said he was heading to New York to kill thousands of people. When interviewed by Border Patrol while in custody, he was in the U.S. Ibadi replied, "I'm going to make a bomb." Now, like I said, this just sounds stupid and it sounds suspect. But the point I'm trying to tell you is that you have some of these guys who are brought and paid for. Some of these guys who are, agents of chaos. Some of these guys are being used by the powers that be to, to do particular things. And like I said, and you have some of them that are literally coming across the border from Bro Hezbollah and other T organizations from the Middle East and around the world that are not going to readily just spill the beans that come out when they're caught and tell the Border Patrol agents exactly why they're coming into this country. You have, like I said, you have other ones that I've seen that was crossing the border all dressed the same in all the same boots. They didn't want to be recorded, and they was coming in here like disciplined and in order, and they're coming here with a particular mission to do and exploit, and to do a lot of damage, man, to get their lick back, to get their revenge on the country that's destroyed their countries, and that's destroyed, that's killed their families, their uncles, that's destabilized their countries. As a matter of fact, let me get that real fast, man. This is Micah chapter 2, verse 1 in the NLT. It says, "Judgment against wealthy oppressors." It says, "What sorrow awaits you who lie awake at night, thinking up evil plans? You rise at dawn to hurry to carry them out, simply because you have the power to do so." And this is what Esau has been doing all over the earth. Ever since he's came into power back in the Renaissance period, all he's done was, kill, steal, and destroy, corrupt, manipulate, destabilize, and invade and steal natural resources and destroy a lot of these different countries, man. He's coming in there and he's oppressed them heavily. And now a lot of these men, a lot of these guys who are men, when they were younger, they've witnessed this. They've seen this happen in their countries. They've seen destabilization. They've seen proxy wars. They've seen puppet leaders get put in by the West to totally destroy their countries and their families, and bomb their countries back into the Stone Age, displace them to where they had to migrate into different countries and grow up in places that was not their origins of birth, and be refugees. And they've harbored that hatred for many, many years. And now they're seeing their opportunity to come into the place that was responsible for all of this, and to exact revenge back on their enemies, man. All right. And a lot of you American citizens are going to pay for the sins of the government and the military of America when they start to unleash a lot of these T attacks here in Babylon the Great. It says, "When you want a piece of land, you find a way to seize it. When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence." And that's all they did in the Middle East, was destabilize all those countries. What, Afghanistan, Libya, Lebanon, you can go on and on. All those different Middle East countries, to where, the greed and the wickedness of the West has went in there and, violently oppressed these people, man. And now they see their opportunity and their opening, and a lot of them are going to take it. It says, "When you want someone's house, you take it by fraud and violence. You cheat a man of his property, stealing his family's inheritance. Look what they did over there in Libya, man, where Gaddafi had that whole country set up real nice, man. Those people were treated great. They had a great leader, you know. They had free healthcare, free medical. When you got married, you got free stipends from the government, free electricity, free healthcare. And he was building one of the biggest natural water systems to give that country free and clean, fresh water to every single citizen. What did the West do? They went in there, killed Gaddafi, destabilized his country, called him a tyrant and a dictator because what? Because he wanted to back their gold dinar by gold. You know, he went against the will of the Federal Reserve and the natural order of things, and they went in there and totally destabilized and annihilated and obliterated that country, and they blew up that huge water project that he had, man. And now all of those people that was, you know, living comfortably and that was living under a good leader, now they've all been displaced, if they haven't been destroyed or blown up by the bombs in the war that devastated that country. Now they're all displaced. Now they're, you know, living probably a very horrible and unfavorable life because of the greed and the, you know, the will of Esau, man. And now, like I said, a lot of those young kids and men who made it out of there, hey, they hate America. They hate this country for what they have done. And a lot of them have joined a lot of these organizations to one day to exact their revenge. And now they're getting the opportunity to come into the land that dwelleth without care, to come into the land of unwalled villages. And now they have an opening to where they can come in here and seek revenge for what they have lost at the hands of the West. You see, it says you cheat a man of his property, stealing his family's inheritance. And they stole all of Gaddafi's gold and all that wealth that he had over there in that country, man. And then what? They put it in a puppet leader. And you can go down the list of all those different countries that this devil has done this to. You see? So a lot of people have a very valid hatred for the West, man. A very valid hatred for Esau, Edom. You see? It says, but this is what Yahweh says. I will reward your evil with evil. You won't be able to pull your neck out of the noose. You will no longer walk around proudly, for it will be a terrible time. And that day your enemies will make fun of you by singing this song of despair about you. We are finished, completely ruined. God has confiscated our land, taken it from us. He has given our fields to those who've betrayed us. I see, and that's what you see happening around the world. All these countries are looking down on America now. All these countries are looking to come up and to free themselves from the, you know, the world reserve dollar, from the noose, from the sanctions, from the military oppression, from the governmental oppression. And now they're positioning themselves to where, hey, they're all going to eventually be able to get their lick back and their, you know, their vengeance back on Babylon the Great, man. And on a small scale, it's starting by allowing a lot of these migrants to come into this country unvetted and unchecked to carry out their hatred and their T plans here on the West. It says Ibadi also admitted to training with Iranian-backed terrorist militia Hezbollah for years, focusing on jihad and killing people who was not Muslim. You see? And this is what a lot of these guys are coming in with the mind frame of. You know, and you know these Iranians and those Middle Easterns those jihadists, hey, they'll strap a bomb up and blow themselves up in the name of Allah Akbar. That's what they're saying. You see, and give us the opportunity. Hey, they're not gonna hesitate one second, man. It says in a subsequent sworn interview, Hibadi said he had trained with Hezbollah for 7 years and served as an active member guarding weapons locations for another 4 years, according to internal ICE documents. And you know they have caches here and weapons here planned and stored for those guys that are crossing the border to use at a specific time, man. And they might even have you know, rockets and maybe even a pocket nuke, man. Remember a long time ago they made that movie what's it called, with Arnold Schwarzenegger, True Lies. And what was the main event of that before a Middle Eastern terrorist was even a thing? Was Middle Eastern terrorists, man, sneaking bombs through customs and getting ready to drop a pocket nuke on Babylon the Great. You see? It says Ibadi's training focused on jihad and killing people that was not Muslim. Border agents continue to see a surge in migrants whose name appear on the terror watch list entering the U.S. illegally as crossing continue at record levels. You see? It says in a contradictory statement, Ibadi also claimed he was fleeing Lebanon because he didn't want to kill people, adding, once you're in, you can never get out. Like I said, this guy could be a plant, man. They're probably just using this guy to stoke fear or to make it seem as if they're catching these type of individuals at the border. But hey, we know for a fact out of 10 million, nigga, you ain't getting all of them. All right, that's just, come on, man. Let's just be real. All right. It says, nevertheless, Ibadi was immediately placed into isolation and was referred for an interview with the Tactical Terror Response Team for making terroristic threats to personnel, the Post reported. According to the Biden regime, the border is totally secure, which is a fucking lie. It says, but the reality is Biden's open border policies have created an unprecedented national security risk, evidenced by the increase in border encounters of individuals who appear on the U.S. terror watch list in recent months. Border agents recorded 98 encounters of terror watch-listed individuals at both the northern and southern borders in fiscal year 2022, and almost twice as many, 172 in 2023 fiscal year, which ends September 20th. So far in this first 4 months of 2024, 59 people have been apprehended, according to the federal data. And you know they lie on that data report, and you know that some of these individuals got away because they want some of these people here because they're going to use them to to the advantage of these elites, like I said, to bring more terror and more fear and to scare these Americans to the point to where they're willing to give up all of their freedoms in order for safety. And of course, they're going to use this too to deem everybody on this planet, everybody in America, to be a terrorist until deemed otherwise, until you basically, allow all of your biometrics and your biometric data, and for you to link yourself to this digital beast system so you can be identified and trusted and deemed, not a threat to this society, So it's going to play many, many different ways. But hey, it's also being played out so that, that great judgment can come here on Babylon the Great. You see, it says the report comes just days after FBI Director Christopher Wray warned Congress that the federal government is seeing a wide array of very dangerous threats that emanate from the border. And that's why you see more and more, what the hell is that called? National Guardsmen being, having more boots on the ground, having more National Guard over there in New York. Now they're talking about having more National Guard in Baltimore. And I'm pretty sure they're going to be all over the place the more that they allow these so-called T attacks and so-called Black Swan events to continue to carry out here in Babylon the Great. Some they're going to be in control of and some they're not going to be in control of, man. You see? Because, hey, these individuals, they want their lick back, all right? And this is Habakkuk 2 and 4 in the NLT as well. It says, look at the proud. They trust in themselves and their lives are crooked. But the righteous will live by their faithfulness to the Most High. It says, wealth is treacherous, and the arrogant are never at rest. They open their mouth as wide as the grave, and like death they are never satisfied. In their greed they have gathered up many nations and swallowed many people, like I was saying earlier. Look at all that they did over there in the Middle East within the last 10, 15 years, man. They gathered up all those nations and swallowed up all of those countries, destabilized places, murdered millions upon civilians and children, to where a lot of those men over there have an evil eye toward this country, man. They want revenge. They have a sore hatred for the West and the government and the people responsible for their pain and sufferings, man. It says, but soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? And have not the Iranians and all those different countries over there they've been threatening America? Iran, after they killed Soleimani, they still said, look, revenge is going to come. We're going to get you back, man. And you better believe Iran is sending many of these sleeper cells and their agents and Hezbollah members and whatever other, soldiers they got over to the border to get in here and await orders, man. To attack from within. You see? It says, but soon their captives will taunt them. They will mock them, saying, what sorrow awaits you thieves? Now will you get what you deserve? You've become rich by extortion. How much longer can this go on? Suddenly your debtors will take action. Yeah, who's one of the main debtors buyers of debt of America is China. And you better believe they've been bringing in military age men through the border as well, being unvetted and unchecked. And they're setting up shop and they're doing particular things, man, all to get their lick back, all to attack from within. You see, it says they will turn on you and take all of you have while you stand trembling and help it. Hey, and a lot of those Chinese, they're already talking about, they're buying up all this farmland. You got a lot of them talking about, a lot of the mansions and the houses that they're going to ultimately take over once they invade America and get the upper hand on this place. You see, they're buying up all of these marijuana farms and shit. They flooding this place with fentanyl to further destroy the American people. So all these nations, man, they're all going to attack from the inside, and they're all looking to get their lick back. And the Lord's going to let them, kick certain shit off on you guys, man. It says they will turn on you and take all you have while you stand trembling and helpless because you have plundered many nations. Now all the survivors will plunder you. You see, you committed murder throughout the countryside and filled the town with violence. What sorrow awaits you who build big houses with money gained dishonestly? You believe your wealth will buy security, putting your family's nest beyond the reach of danger. But by the murders you committed, you have shamed your name, forfeited your lives. You see? And this is what's coming to this place, man. Great revenge, and people are looking now, as you're at your weakest, now they're seeing the time to come in. Now they see their opportunity and their opening to get their revenge on this place, man. And it's not going to be pretty. And a lot of you American citizens are going to feel the brunt of it. And a lot of you are going to be affected and destroyed by it. You see, this is why we've been telling you, look, man, hey, return to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, which is your only refuge, and your safety is in the names of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, and in this truth, and in returning unto him in these days, before these evil days come forth, man. So, I just wanted to go into that and just show you that, man, hey, this place has been invaded, man, and this guy's not the only one, and prepare for all type of crazy shit to start happening probably around the elections or maybe a little bit before. That's going to totally change the frame and the comfortability that you've had here in Babylon the Great pretty soon, man. So with that, and a lot of these guys are coming here to do cyber attacks as well, whether it's being done by the West or whether the West will allow somebody else to do it. These things are coming, man. And we know that I think I forget which one of those Middle Eastern countries, man. Hey, they're very sophisticated in doing those type of things. And hey, America is wide open to these things. So, hey, man, just be prepared and know that hey, the evil days are drawing nigh, man. So with that, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Lord willing, you were edified. Shalom.